today's video, you probably see these two boxes behind me. You can probably guess what I'm talking about. But in this video, I want to talk about fuel filtration for this 2003 Dodge Ram that I've got. Alright, so if you see these two filters sticking down here, these two white round things, what I've got on my truck is a FASS fuel system. And these are the original FASS fuel filters that came on it. They're the titanium FASS 150 filters. I'm going to be replacing those today, but I'm not going to be using the FASS filters because I found a cross-reference to a Wix filter. And that Wix filter gave me a cross-reference to a NAPA filter. And they've got the same specifications on the filters as what these FASS filters do. So I'm going to be changing these out today for the NAPA filters. Alright, so these NAPA filters in front of me, they call them the Gold filters. And I've got a 3528 and a 3522. One of these is the fuel filter and the other one is the air-water separator. In order to do this filter swap, you don't need a whole lot of tools, but at the bare minimum, probably be a good idea to have you just a filter wrench. This is basically just a strap wrench that goes around the filter and allows you to take the filter off and also tighten up the new one. And then just some disposable gloves so that you don't get diesel fuel all over your hands. The diesel fuel will not be pumping when we're changing these filters, so you don't have to worry about that, but there's still some residual that's going to be inside the filters and you just don't want to get that on your hands. So these two NAPA Gold filters here, they have the same specifications as the FASS fuel filters do. This one right here on the left is the fuel filter. It's a 2 micron filter. And then the one on the right, that's the air-water separator filter, and that is a 10 micron filter. There's one major difference on this water separator filter here from the FASS, the FS 1001. It's got a nice little knob on the bottom, so you can just open that up by your hand and try to get water out of it if you've had a lot of water in your fuel. Okay, so here's the bottom of the NAPA filter, and the difference you can see here is pretty obvious. It has a bolt and nut on the bottom of that, so you have to use a wrench if you want to get the water out of this filter. One thing to make note of is it comes with this little washer on the water filter. You need to change this out. You might have to pull it off of your FASS system in order to change this little washer out. It's just a little rubber O-ring. Every time you change a filter, go ahead and change this as well. That way you make sure you got a good seal and don't have any leaks. So it only took me a couple minutes to change those filters out. Pretty simple. Remove the old one. You might have to loosen it up with a strap wrench to get it to come off, or that little oil filter wrench like I've got. But once it comes off, you just simply put a little bit of diesel fuel on the fuel filter there. Go ahead and tighten it up hand tight, and it says on the filter, go ahead and take it another 3/4 of a turn with a strap wrench. On the water separator though, you actually have to put diesel fuel in the separator filter before you put it on there, and also make sure that you got just a light film of diesel fuel on the O-rings on that, and then go ahead and put it in place. Same thing, tighten it up hand tight, and then 3/4 of a turn with the wrench. So that's it for changing the filters on this truck. Pretty simple, easy to do. If you're like me, you want to save a few dollars on the filters, go ahead and get you those NAPA filters that I showed in the video. Or you might be able to cross-reference them to another type of filter. Some of the numbers that I found were for a Wix filter. Wix is a good filter as well. The NAPA Gold Standard is another good filter. But if you want to stick with the original, go ahead and order the FASS titanium filters for this. You probably spend a few more dollars, but as I showed in the video, you do have a little bit easier time getting the water out of the water separator. Other than that, same specs on the filters, so I'm happy with these NAPA filters, so I'm going to probably keep using them. I'm Jay Ray. I hope you found this video informative and that it helped somebody out there who want to save a couple dollars on their filters for their truck. If you enjoyed this video, I ask that you give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done already, and keep watching for future content to be released on my channel.